So last night I did my first attempt at pixel art after wanting to do it for ages, and I finally understand what you're actually meant to do. So the reason I wanted to learn pixel art specifically is because I have an idea for some custom gym wear that I really want to make. The idea is I'm going to wear it for my MMA fight in the run-up. I'm hoping I'll be able to approach the manufacturer to do a sponsorship deal, but we've not had that conversation yet, so I'm not going to go into any detail about it, but they are my favourite gym wear brand. And I want to be able to have the sample for me so I can like wear it and promote the thing and that, and then hopefully maybe do a profit share, so like they get 50% and then I get 50% towards my charity fundraising. And then after the event is finished and the charity fundraising is finished, then I might continue selling it as like a batch order system, so like I like bulk buy from them, although hopefully low minimum order quantities, because that's always nice. And then I'll be able to like sell my own line of martial arts inspired clothing, or just cute gym clothes. That'd be nice. But I have a specific design that I'm really hyped to do that I want to get done ASAP, and I'm not going to say what it is because I want it to be a surprise, but it's going to involve pixel art, and I have never done pixel art before, so it was finally time to learn. So I'm sharing my screen now on my iPad. You can see I did my first example piece here, and I feel like it worked out really well. I think it's pretty cute. It's just like a star, and I did do some shading on it, and then I've got a few of my default sparkle effects. So the star here I just drew, which is why it's a bit uneven, but then the littler ones here, I actually took my usual brushes, made the minimum size of them a lot smaller so it would fit on such a small canvas, and then I went from there. And I actually feel like although the lines aren't as sharp, I prefer them somehow. I don't know how to describe it. So I'll start off by making the canvas. If you're not sure about the color profile you want to use, go to my previous video on understanding color profiles for RGB and CMYK, for example. And then I'm gonna create my canvas size. So the trick with a pixel art design is you have to be able to see every individual pixel. So for that to be the case, you have to have very few pixels. So a few of the tutorials I looked up recommended doing a minimum of 150 by 150, or you could do like 150 by 200 depending on your aspect ratio, but try and keep it below the 500 pixel mark, as low as possible really. Like I would personally not want to venture beyond a few hundred. But for this one I'm going to do 150 by 150, keeping the DPI high, because if this is going to be for a print purpose, then we want to be able to actually have that translate. So DPI stands for dots per inch. So that's not a screen thing, that's an actual physical thing. Luckily, working with such small sizes gives us a lot of layers to work with. Oh, don't want to do that. 300. So for this one, we've got a maximum of 400 layers, which normally I've been able to do massive sizes of things, and I got stuck with 10. Like if you look at my logo video from a couple of weeks ago, you got stuck with like 10. So I'm going to make something very simple to just demonstrate the concept. What am I feeling? I'm feeling very hot today for some reason. We're gonna go with like a little baby pink there on the background. Then I'm going to, I think I'll design a heart. So I go on my canvas, I do drawing guide. People recommend putting the drawing guide on so you can see individual pixel level. I don't know if my pixels exactly translates that, so I'll give it a go. I didn't do this last time. Edit drawing guide, symmetry, vertical split, assisted drawing. So this means that everything we draw is symmetrical. Now I did get a couple pixel brushes that I downloaded for free from some brands. This one's the Pixel Art Experience. They have a whole bundle that you can buy to get more of them. But then also there was another one I got here from another person, and it's showing different example sizes there. I've not played too much with these, but for this one, let's see. I'll go for finished because wait, should I? That one's a bit thicker. Free rounded. This one is standard. I'm gonna go with the standard pixel brush for this one, just so I can see what it's like. And we're just gonna make a heart. So little curve and then straight down the middle. And then we're gonna edit, so then we can make it exactly what we want. I think that works. And then fill it. And then we have a pixel heart base. And then now I'm gonna create another layer. Is it still assisted when you take off a new layer? No. That's useful. Take off new layer. I'm going to turn off assisted drawing now. And now on this new layer, we're going to just get big, thick pixel brush. And we're gonna have a few different colors. So let's start with like a little pink here. Like a pale pink. It's got the palest at the bottom. I'm gonna squiggle this in the middle. . . . . And fill that. I'm gonna take this one and we're gonna fill this up down here. Fill that. And then we're gonna take the top one and we're gonna make it darker. More reddy. And we're gonna fill that. And then we're going to clipping mask. Don't think I did that quite big enough. Let's change that. This one. There we go. I think background color, make it a little bit paler. Paler? Do I wanna? Maybe more purple. I like that, a little lilac-y. Okay, so the thing I like about the Pixel Art Experience brush is it's got this thing called dithering, and this is really good for smudging. So it's got like a denser one. And then it's got a more dissipated one. For this one, I'm going to do the more densely packed one because I like it. And then we're just going to blend it together and do it on this side too. And then we're going to get a little more irregular. Instead of a vertical up down, we're going to do more diagonal. I'll do that way and that way. Make sure you get a bit in both directions. It's a bit deeper there. Then what I'm going to do is, do I want to rotate this layer? Maybe I do. Do I like it if I want to rotate it? I'll leave it unrotated for now, just for simplicity's sake, because this isn't really the point of this video, I just want to draw something. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this color, and I'm going to add another layer, clipping mask on this layer. So we've got that color, now we're going to make it a bit lighter, and this is going to be the sparser dithering. Just have little speckles of it. And then this one, have slightly lighter. Little speckles. And this middle one, go a little lighter. And little speckles there. And then we do the same again, but we do darker. And this is how we add depth even in pixel art. Although I don't like that there. What if I put it there? You still got to think real carefully about placement. It can't just be random. There. And then this one again. Do a little darker. You can play about a brush size as well, but on this one I'm not going to. And then this one, and then we do that a little darker. There we go. And that is a pixelated heart. Now we're going to group that all together. That's our group. And then now I'm going to do something similar with the background color. So we got that one. We're going to add another layer outside of the group and get this brush here. Do we want dense dithering or do we want little dithering? I think we want little dithering here. And this isn't exact science for me, but the good thing about pixel art is it's very easy to tell when you've missed a patch. If we go back to the smudging tool and then we dither. Well, let's see what happens. No, nothing really obvious. So let's get the pixel brush. Let's get the thick pixel brush. Get this one. Let's make it more purpley, like very purpley bluey. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. And then we dither. Not loving this. Let's get this pixel color. Oh my god, color picking is so perfect with this. Might be symmetrical as well. So drawing guide back, edit drawing guide, symmetry, options, quadrant, radial. Probably quadrant. Assisted drawing, done that. Okay, and then we do this. So this is going to be perfectly central. There's one. It's 1 pixel out, 1 pixel out. It's pretty much easy to like calculate where the exact pixels are. Feels like the heart's not very central. Get this group and move it down. Okay, so now on the outside of that, edit drawing guide, off and off. I'm gonna take this one and make it lighter. Now I take this one and make it darker. And take that and put it inside. Do. And we take this one for our base and put that inside. And we put it above our heart so it's covering the group. And then we get our dithering brush and we have a little fun. I feel like I want bigger dithering. Too big. If it's too big, then the pixels just become blocky. You would think pixel art was easier because there's less to do, but I would argue it's actually harder because every stroke has more importance. Kind of wish I did rotational symmetry for that, but we also don't want it to be exactly the same, so da 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 da. Render it. I'll blur these corners together a bit more. More of a crosshatch thing going on. Okay. Do I like this the way it is? Do I want to add any more layering? Might change the color palette. We'll see. See how it feels when I'm done. Kind of like that, but we'll see. Now I want to add some sparkles, which is my classic. So you've seen me draw stuff from scratch. Now we're gonna use my existing brushes on a very small scale and see how they compare. Get a little yellow, do another one, get a little tiny star, a bit too tiny, there you go. So I want to rotate it, so and then last one we have a little, let's see how the twinkle looks. I have different names for all these different types of thingies, but you'll see. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, that feels better. But if I rotate it this way, it doesn't. So what we're going to do now is we're going to duplicate this group that makes our heart. I'm going to make the original group invisible so we can flatten this, then duplicate it. And now this is the cool part, you can even still make it glow because it retains its pixels. And then let's get the shading right. So we got depth, so we're compositing, color bone could work, multiply was also good. Oh, add, I always like add. No, I just feel like add's the one, so that's glowing. Now we're going to combine all our sparkles down, group them together, flatten them, duplicate, and then they can glow too. But I feel like in this instance I don't actually want them to, because I feel the more defined pixels helps. Maybe like 1%. 1% glow works. Are they gonna have the same level? Normal just softens the edges. Screen possibly. It seems like there's almost no difference, but for some reason my brain says screen. Okay, now let's see if we keep the background the same. Do we want it to be a more pinky or no? Saturation's kind of cute, but it loses the detail of the dithering. Same for hue. Oof, divides too much. So I feel like it's probably gonna be screen. Yeah, I like that. I don't often do super pink, but I like it today. This is the point I wanted to get to now. So you can see here on my screen, we have the final piece of art. It annoys me that the color profile on my laptop screen doesn't look the same, but it's probably because I'm casting, so hopefully you'll see the difference. I'll insert it in the actual video over this as well, just in case there is a difference. I'm going to duplicate this for the sake of it, because I didn't duplicate it when I did the first project. So we're going to select the project, duplicate it. I'm going to do the second one. So this is what you need to do. You need to go onto your canvas tab, crop and resize, settings, Now, if you just stretch this, something will go wrong. So I'll show you first. So we're going to turn it into 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels. To keep the aspect ratio, you can just do that. You're going to make sure resample canvas is turned off. Confirm that. So we've got new canvas. Now watch as I select everything. Now I could just stretch it, but that makes everything blurrier. It loses detail. So instead, we're going to go onto interpolation, and I have it set from previous time. We're going to go nearest neighbor and then stretch it out. Then we get the closest detail. And remember, you have to click off of it to see the full detail of it. So now we have an upscaled version with no loss of quality. So I'm going to name this Pixel Heart Small. And then I'm going to name this Full. Say full size. I'm going to export the both of them to my laptop, and then we'll be able to do a size-by-size comparison, and I will stretch out the small one so you can see the blur in it. And just looking at it side by side on my screen, you can just tell the difference immediately, and I'm obsessed that I now know this. So thank you for watching. Now you know how to make pixel art on your iPad in Procreate. It is awkward because Procreate is not a vectorizing platform. So rasterizing means you draw something, it exists, it is there. Vectorizing means you create something and it has a mathematical equation, so it knows what to create when you get to a different scaling thing, which is why I need to do this upscaling process. Otherwise it rasterizes it and just becomes blurred. Now Procreate is a very popular professional tool, but that is a big point of contention that hopefully they're going to resolve soon. So thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.